What's up, everybody? James Ng here. Welcome back to Recession Proof Business Tips, giving you some really practical strategy to help you grow in your business, help you make more sales, help you to scale out your sales organization. And today we're going to talk about how business is a contact sport. It doesn't matter if you're in real estate, it doesn't matter if you're in online business, it doesn't matter if you're network marketing, it doesn't matter if you're in education. It really doesn't matter. But I learned something very, very special I want to share with you today. So we're part of a mastermind. We spent over 5 figures to be a part of this. And we had the opportunity to ask a question from somebody. Shout out to Jessie Lee Ward, by the way. If you're not following her, you want to make sure you follow from her because she's produced tens of millions of dollars in her business. I mean, she does extremely well. But she said something that was powerful. We were in a mastermind. I had an opportunity to ask a question. And I asked Jessie Lee, I'm like, what's the secret to business? What should we know? Do I have to be more vocal? Do I have to be more confident? Do I have to be more serious? Do I have to have a good product? Like there's so many different things, right? And she said this one phrase that forever changed how I viewed business. If you want to make more money, if you want to make more impact, if you believe that what you're doing can transform lives, she said, business is a contact sport. Grant Cardone says it this way of 10x, more contact equals more contracts. And you have to really start to think about this because after coaching entrepreneurs for the past 10 years, after going through a lot of business struggles myself as well too, to be honest, where I typically falter and where others do as well too is when business runs dry, we tend to think it's a system issue. I wonder if you might relate to this or not. We might think it's a presentation issue. We might think it's a follow-up issue. We might think it's a product issue. We might think it's a service issue. And all those, of course, we can always tune up as well too. But if you understand this pipeline, in the previous day, I went over the whole pipeline: contact, qualify, invite, present, follow up, for example, the sales process. If we know that the front end, you cannot get your output if there is not enough input. So the biggest issue that most of us face in business is not that the product or service is bad. It's not that your presentation's bad. It's not that your systems are bad. The biggest issue that we all tend to face is straight up, we don't have enough contacts. It's not the best product that wins. It's the best known product that wins. Case in point, I'm pretty sure we can all agree McDonald's hamburgers are not the best. All right. And I don't know anyone that loves McDonald's hamburgers. And yet they have served billions and billions of people. Why? They're the best known. You see McDonald's everywhere. You go to any country in the world, you'll find a McDonald's in that place. So best known beats best. Robert Kiyosaki put it this way in Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Best-selling author. He said that he was criticized as not being the best author, not being the best writing author. And he retorted this. He said, I'm not going for the best writing author. I want to be the best-selling author because sales means that your message, your product, your business is clicked so that they saw value in grabbing it. So when I heard that business is a contact sport, it drew a click for me. I'm like, oh, I see my issue. We need to be known more. People need to know you. So what are some ways that you can draw and generate more contacts? I'll share with you a couple of ideas today. And if you have any ideas, comment them below as well too. The last one though is going to be my favorite. How do you generate more contacts? The first place to go to for contacts is, and some people say, well, James, I don't want to talk to my friends and family. To be honest, I get what you mean, because a lot of times we feel like I don't want to sell my friends and family. Now, what that really shows is that we don't believe in the value of the business that we provide for other people. Because think about it, right? If you found the cure to cancer and your friend, what's going on, sister? If your friend had cancer, wouldn't you be a bad friend if you did not tell your friend about that cure to cancer? In fact, that would be criminal. So when we say, I don't want to sell to my friends and family, what we're really saying to ourselves is, I don't believe that what I have is of value enough to share with my loved ones. But if you believe in what it is you have, the first people we should at least share it with, expose it to your first contacts, are friends and family. Right? If you watch a good movie, you go talk to your friends and family. You saw a good restaurant, you go share with the good friends and family. You found a good product, a good service, a good business. You're going to share with your friends and family. That's not a bad thing. Most businesses are started from support of their friends and family because business is a relationship business, right? Like that's how it works. So the first place for contacts, and I think another note I want to make here is this. Exactly, CJ. Another note to make here is that selling is not a bad thing. We're not convincing people to buy something they don't want. That's not our goal here. Our goal as professionals in any business is to be able to solve someone's problem. If you can solve their problem, they will buy. And that's all we're looking to do. If you can't solve their problem, they won't buy. Okay. So the first place to go to is friends and family. Where's another place you can generate more contacts from? Another place you can go is referrals from friends and family. So get in the habit whenever you're dealing with business, whether that person, let's say you're talking to a family member, they take a look at your pitch, they take a look at your offer, and they say yes or no. Exactly. CJ said goals with bettering their lives and our lives. Exactly. It's a win-win situation, right? Business not win-lose. It's a win-win. So when you deal with somebody, whether they say yes or no to your offer or your product or your service, get in the habit of at the end, if you treated them well, you treated them professionally, and they like you as a business person, it's not abnormal to ask at the end, hey, CJ, do you know anybody that can benefit from XYZ product or service? Do you know anybody that I should know? I was talking with a coach in our space, Fraser Brooks. He's the number one network marketing coach for social media. And he was telling us how he constantly got more interviews and he interviews seven-figure earners around the world in our space. And what he said was this is at the end of an interview, he would ask that person, hey, who are three other people that I should connect with? So everybody knows somebody. Yeah, referrals are powerful. So be very specific with who you're looking for and ask for the referral. If you don't ask, here's a saying to jot down. If you don't ask, you don't get. In fact, in the Bible, it says you have not because you ask not. So these are principles. We have to get good at asking. There's nothing weird about asking. Nothing happens without an ask. Things will just plop into your lap out of nothing, right? So get good at asking with intention, with professionalism, with mutual respect. So ask, and then you shall receive. It's not you receive without asking. So number one, contacts, friends and family. Number two, contacts, referrals, powerful. If you get really good at this, you have a never-ending list of contacts. Now, where are other places to generate more contacts? Social media now is a very powerful place. So some really simple places that you can find your next prospect, your next dream client, your next dream partner is if you find Facebook groups, for example. It's very simple on Facebook. If you search, let's say you are in the coaching space and you might look for groups that value personal development. Or maybe there's a favorite guru that you have, Tony Robbins or Ed Mylett or something like that. Okay. If you're a realtor, maybe you'll find groups that deal with real estate and housing or different cities or different states that you're in, right? Search it up in Facebook, groups that have blah, blah, blah. Find that group, join in that group. And what you can start doing is you're now in a group of people that are like-minded to the things that are of interest in that group. People buy from people they like, know, and trust. So you can go in there, much like if you're an in-person networking group, you start connecting, you start having conversations. All business is conversation, by the way. That's all it is. Whether it's $100 product, $1,000 product, $10,000, $100,000, $1 million, they all start as a conversation. So Facebook groups are places that you can go into and start building more connections, and you can have an unlimited amount of contact. And what's great about social media is you can sit in one place. You don't have to go out and put gas in your car or fly somewhere. And those are great, but you can literally have hundreds of people in your contact list if you just go to social media. Some people say, James, I don't know anybody. Well, first of all, that's not true. That's an overstatement. The average person by the age of 20, did you know they know 2,000 people on a first name basis? What they're really saying is, I don't know anybody that would be interested in what it is that I have to offer. Now, first, how do we know if that's true or not true? You didn't ask. But let's say that's even the case. Okay, you're a social recluse. That's okay. Social media. Just go to a Facebook group. You'll find tons of people. Instagram, you can find influencers or follow people that you love following that have a lot of content, and go there and find the people that follow them and comment on their posts. You can start building relationships there as well too, because if you're following the same person that the same influencer, and they're aligning with their message, chances are you could have similar trust, you could have similar types of connection, and perhaps they could be your dream prospect for your business. Hope this all makes sense so far, right? In fact, once again, if any of these are good, let me know in the comments. If you have other things to add, let me know in the comments too. But let me share my favorite form of generating contacts. This is the absolute best. This changes the game. This is so much fun because no one likes to feel like you're hunting. No one likes to feel like you're like scouring the earth and hunting for food type of thing. But in the beginning, you're gonna have to promote, right? Every business needs to promote. But if you do this ASAP, which is produce content that your dream client would align with. If you become somebody that produces content that is what your client is looking for, then what happens is instead of you going to them, they then go to you. Now, this takes some more effort. This takes consistency. This will take you to develop a brand. It'll take you a month, 2 months, 90 days. But once a brand is built, my gosh, you cannot beat this. So think to yourself this, for your product, for your service, for your business, who are the types of people that you're looking for? Who are the types of people that you're looking for? So, for example, for me, in one of my businesses, I coach people to build a business from their phone. And we run an organization called the Warrior Movement. So, this movement is really about people that value freedom, they value flexibility. They're people that are ambitious and driven. There are also people, though, the type of person I like working with is not only just the money driven person, they're the person that's impact driven. They're the person that loves serving other people. Um, Optimally, I like to work with people of faith as well. Now, I work with all types of faith backgrounds, but I love working with Christians because I'm Christian. So there's a lot of mutual trust there, right? I love people that are professional, and I also love working with people that they are on social media to a certain degree. Okay, so if I know who I'm looking for, who are you looking for? Think about who is my ideal client, my ideal avatar. What are their interests? And what kind of content can I produce? Content meaning a post on your Facebook. Content meaning a short form content, a reel, a TikTok. Content, maybe you do a YouTube, maybe do some lives, right? What kinds of content, what kinds of value can I add to their life, this avatar, this client, that if I continue to produce content consistently for that person, you know what happens? You become a magnet to a bunch of these types of people as people start to align with your content. And in the beginning, no one's going to look at your stuff. In the beginning, you're going to feel like you're talking to no one. In the beginning, maybe your post will have your mom liking it. And you're like, man, when's it ever going to come? But when it finally hits, it hits like an avalanche. I'll share a quick story. I started getting into short form content, TikTok, 2 years ago. Jessie Lee Ward, who I mentioned in the beginning of this video, she said people are making millions of dollars off of TikTok. I'm like, really? That dancing app, the one where all the half naked people are at? It's like, I don't know if I want to be on that. I'm not a kid. I don't dance and I don't do that OnlyFans stuff. That's what I thought. But I said, you do what they do, you're going to make what they make. So I went hardcore. 90 days I posted every single day on TikTok. And I thought it was good quality. I thought it had a lot of value. And guess what? After 90 days, zero business. I was a little frustrated. But you can't let it go. Keep on getting better. Keep on tuning it up. Keep on knowing that your message needs to be heard by somebody. And what happened is I finally got my very first TikTok to actually hit. And it hit hard. That thing went viral. I think I had over 100,000 views on that. And from that one TikTok, I believe I got over 50 customers from that one TikTok. But it was 90 days of nothing. And then eventually something hit. And now, still to this day, there's still customers flowing in, partners flowing in, all types of things flowing in. And we're now taking our branding to the next level. Now I do, and you don't start this way, but then now I do 3 to 4 lives a day. Now I have a Facebook, an Instagram, a TikTok, a YouTube. I'm on Shorts, I'm on Reels, I'm on everything. Because business is a contact sport. It doesn't matter how amazing your business is. It doesn't matter how amazing you are in your business. If people don't know you, they're not going to be able to partner from you, buy from you, get your service. You're not going to be able to service them. So remember, business is a contact sport. So think to yourself, what are other ways that I can get in front of more people? So I hope that this helped. I hope this was impactful. If it was, I'd love for you to like this, share this, and subscribe to my YouTube for this, plus a lot more stuff as well too. In this recession-proof business tip section, I'm committed to giving you straight business tactics, things that actually work for any business. And if you apply these, I believe you will be recession-proof. Comment below too on what you thought, or if you want anything else to add as well. I know. And side note, if you are interested in more information on looking for another business, I do run an organization called the Warrior Movement. I show people how to make money from their phones in a professional, fun, simple way. If you're into more information on that, I'd love to connect, share with you some information on that. I give this type of coaching plus a lot more as well too from where that came from. Fill in the form in my bio that's called Work With Me, or shoot me a message, and I'd love to share that with you as well too. But other than that, stay tuned for the next ones. Let's say recession proof. Honored to have you guys on here. Other than that,